Hey, shalom, shalom, Mr. Brother Abai Bud from the DC Church, coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kwakadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being in the world, ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Bahashem meaning in the name, calling the Spirit, Kadash being the Holy. These are the names and the powers that I come to you in order to profess the 100% truth and lowest will serve the elect's faith. Shenya Kabaka, well over Kazi Cream, number I three, the double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to. All right, peace and blessings be upon the elect, the nation of Israel. And without further ado, it's gonna be a quick little video of my input on. I just finished the series Supacell, and there's a couple of points that I had in my mind. I wanted to write some things down, but while I'm traveling, I wanted to. There's a lot of talking points within that. But the first thing I did want to say is that. One thing I noticed about it, and this is spoiler alert, one thing I did notice about the series is that it's always the same plot. It's always the same plot, and it's a replication of what we're actually going through on today's basis. And if you looked at all of the individuals that they had captivated, they were all Jakes, or all derivatives of Jakes. And it's spiritual because they had the one light-skinned, really light-skinned dude, which you know for a fact that he's still a Jake. And it's all spiritual because they were all it was all by blood. That's how they were all connected to, and were able to receive that power of the eyes. And the scriptures say that the eyes are the light of the soul. So I see why Esau or whomever made that series did this thing where they had their eyes lighting up, which God is light. So really, this all stems off the idea of what we actually really have internally that's been suppressed for years, which is the power, which is spiritual power, in which the Heavenly Father is going to allow us to tap into. One of them can run and not be weary, and walk and not be faint. And the other ones can fly. Some of them have power with fire, invincibility, teleportation, time traveling. And that's essentially us. We're spiritual time travelers. And the reason why is because a lot of these, practically every single last event that happened, we've prophesied of it happening prior to it happening. And I know for a fact, one thing that has built my faith and has constructed my faith is the fact that the Ra'ash Kasab, the Lord allowed, the Heavenly Father allowed the Ra'ash Kasab to basically prophesy about C-19 before it ever fucking happened. I remember this distinctively. We were on G-Knife, and he said there's gonna be a major virus that comes out that's gonna cause everybody to be in quarantine. He said those words specifically. All right. Is that not a form of time traveling? Being able to foresee the future, okay, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in which the Heavenly Father has given us. All right. Prophecy is time traveling. Because the scriptures say that the Heavenly Father, he already did the Ancient of Days, he already declared the end from the beginning. Okay? So right now what we're doing is we're just catching up on time. All right? So, Salakia. Salakia. But the one thing outside of time traveling, well, it's crazy because I think the main character, his name is Michael, Ma'aka Allah, and these names have meanings. And messenger of the of God. You got to think about these things. Esau knows the deeper meaning behind a lot of this information that he spurts out in through cinematography. All right, and these things all have a greater meaning to us because we are those children in which they've captivated. And the other thing is that it's funny because in order to captivate the other Israelites or the other Supacell individuals, they have individuals that already have the power, and they send them back out as double agents, man. And that's essentially what Esau is doing. And I'll never forget it. Really, the Apostle Tahar always talks about it, that we have agents, even among us. All right? Could be in your own household. We have agents among us. We don't know what happened if some of these individuals, you know, went and took the bag to try to figure out information about us, you know. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is we know that Esau's coming after us, and you could buy a nigga cheap, man. And that's essentially the setting that we're in right now, because you're gonna have individuals who are gonna turn their backs on bros. You know, you have Judases out there who want to preserve themselves opposed to preserving their nation, who is only centered around preserving their self and making sure that their own family is safe, opposed to, you know, looking out for their first family, which is really the men around you that's laboring and doing the same exact thing. Okay? Because you take any one of your family members and you ask them to do the same exact shit that we've been doing for weeks on weeks on weeks, and they'll fail miserably. All right? And the reason why is because unto you that are called, the same are chosen. Okay? So if you're called, if you're predestinated, the Heavenly Father justify. If he justify, he called. If he called, then he what's it called? No. If you're predestinated, you are called. If you are called, he justifies, so on and so forth, man. You know? So it's only a very select few that's able to perform what we perform. And those men are worthy enough for us to put our lives on the our lives on the line and sacrifice, you know, to the purification of our nation, man. All right. But one thing I really did love about the series too is that you can see the power and the unification. Okay. One thing I believe the main character said, he's like, you know, basically he was trying to preserve and save his wife, but he, you know, the inevitable happened. And it's something called the butterfly effect, you know, and basically the butterfly effect is when, you know, if I didn't wear this outfit today, my whole day would be different. So everything is set in place the way that it's supposed to be to allow other events throughout the day to transpire. All right. Now, with that being said, the man, Michael, he tried to preserve his wife from being killed because there was a date that she was supposed to die. And then she ended up dying anyway. And after she ended up dying, you can see that how he turned into, how he went into all killer mode. And that's 144, you know? But when he went into killer mode, basically they were trying to find the antagonist of who started all of this, because they had the lower level antagonist, which is you niggas. Yo, that's so crazy, because I didn't even really realize that up until now. But the lower level antagonist is really our own people. But the higher antagonist is really Esau, Edom. Okay? We're not focused on you peon Negroes. That's why we out here, and these peon Negroes like Littleworth or whomever comes up against us and has ideologies against us, or even wants to physically harm us. We're not worried about you, man. The bigger picture is actually taking out our true enemy, which is Esau, Edom. All right? And that's funny because when he came back, you know, it looked like he was able to harness all of his power and really actually utilize it properly. And you can see as time progressed that he was able to use his power more responsibly. And it's the same thing with us. As we grow in this truth, the Heavenly Father is teaching us how to use our powers more responsibly. All right? Because the thing is, Salakia, the thing is, if you don't know how to use your power properly, Esau is going to take your power and he's going to use it against you. Okay? And a lot of these sellout camps, these alphabet camps, you know, they don't know the power that we have. And they don't esteem it as anything. And that's part of the reason why they've sold out. Okay? A lot of these niggas sold out and are willing to give up their own people in order for them to earn personal gain. You know, we were not set here to be millionaires. We're not set here what's it called? The scriptures actually say, labor not to be rich, you know? So we're not here to be millionaires. We're here to just really do our main purpose, which is to prophesy, which is to basically use our words as commanded in this season to overthrow the kingdom that we're in, and wait patiently for Yahweh Shah HaMashiach to make his return. And I'll be real with you, man. Hey, a lot of stuff is happening that's gearing us toward that, all right? One thing I could specifically think about is that that internet outage. You know, that affected a lot of people's jobs, a lot of people's information, you know, a lot of people's homes, living circumstances, you know. These things actually matter, okay? So really the main goal is to take out Esau, Edom, you know? And you lower level niggas, you just gonna be destroyed by the thermonuclear missiles, man, okay? And it's crazy because he went all the way in the future and he's seen the end. And they were all banded up together fighting against these individuals that had the black masks, you know, which was really his own fucking people, you know? And that's really us. Every time we go out here, it's a spiritual warfare where we're going against our own people. It's really us against the world, legitimately. Just like how it was Yahweh Shai. It was Yahweh Shai against the world. And that's every aspect of the world, you know? There's multiple cosmos within this Uwakamene, okay? So it's multiple groups and families or worlds within this world, essentially. You know, and that's the difference. Uwakamene is like the actual earth. You know, cosmos is like a governed of people, you know? The Israelite world, the Edomite world. You know, and it's a lot of fuckery going on in the Edomite world, but that's neither here nor there. But the main thing that I did like about the series is how it details, you know, different powers that we're able to obtain, you know, as soon as we tap into ourselves. And the way that we tap into ourselves is really by worshiping and serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shad, Ba'Shem Al-Kodash, okay? But that's really the main point. And that's a quick little thoughts that I had on the Supacell. It was a really good series. I advise brothers to watch it. You know, and it give you a little bit of visionary. It's still low level, I think. You know, in my personal opinion, the power that we're going to receive, we're not going to have any limitations. We're not going to get hurt. You can blow whatever other powers you have, and Esau's going to try to use all his machinery. Esau is going to be fucking obliterated. It's not going to be like a death match between us and them, and you got the elect, they over here dying like, oh, and we're mourning the dead elect. It doesn't work like that. It's going to be a complete annihilation. Now, we may do some things cinematically, you know, just to give Esau some hope so we can make it more theatrical. But when we receive the power, there's not going to be a situation where we're like, I got a laceration. No, dude, it's going to be a complete annihilation. You're going to be swept the fuck off of this earth and put in the chains, okay? So that's really it. You know, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai Ba'Shem Al-Kodash, Yikabat, God, Wallah, Rakaza, Koyu, Naba, Aith, with Shalom, wa Barak, Malabakan, Shah, Until next time, I can say Shalom.